Okay then guys, before we look at the next Dreamcast shoot 'em up that we're going to be covering, I thought I'd quickly tell you about the magazine that I edit. This is it. It's called Retro Gamer Magazine. It's the only magazine in the UK that's dedicated to the wonderful world of retro gaming. And if you love retro gaming as much as I do, then you really need to have it in your life. It's absolutely brilliant. You can find it on www.retrogamer.net. So head on over there for more information. Anyway, let's get back to the Dreamcast game that we're going to be looking at tonight. And if I quickly flip through the Dreamcast folder of love, we're going to be picking out the amazing Border Down. See you in a minute. Okay then, Border Down was one of those amazing Dreamcast games where it came out after the system had ended. And it started off with Ikaruga, and then it was really fashionable to keep on bringing out shoot 'em ups and say, yay, this is the last Dreamcast game ever. Except that it wasn't. Anyway, this now sells for a pretty penny on eBay, and the limited edition one, which I was lucky enough to pick up, goes for around 100 quid now. Whether or not it's obviously worth that is up to you. Obviously I love my shooters, so it is. So let's take a look at it. Now, with Border Down, it's all about difficulty. So basically, every time you lose a life, you basically border down to the next level and it gets even harder. It's by G-Rev, who they're quite a small company, but they've been churning out some great little shooters over the years. And they really knew how to get the best out of the Dreamcast hardware, as you could see here. So basically I'm either firing off multiple bullets just by firing a single weapon, or if I hold down the fire button, yay, we can just spread bullets the hell out. These are power-ups that you want to be picking up. There's a chain, and again, if you notice that, I have my multiplier go up. It's got a really funky soundtrack, which if you've got the limited edition version, comes with it. Damn it, there's a life lost. So I've now bordered down to the next level, and it's going to get even harder. So we're on a mid-level boss here, and as you can see there, my actual chain is taking out the actual bullets. So he's gone. A little bit of slowdown, but as we've already discussed, slowdown in shoot 'em ups is absolutely essential. So let's take out these few. Oh Christ, right, there we go. And as you can see, I absolutely suck at it. So now we're on the hardest difficulty now. But I'm already at the boss. Oh, look at that. Bullet hell, you gotta love it. So yeah, so we take all these out, get a nice little multiplier there. Oh, lovely. And again, there's some really inventive bosses in this. It's a really tough game. Again, a lot of people weren't too keen on it when it first came out, citing the difficulty is just too insane. But you know, if you can't have a bit of difficulty in a game, then what's the point? Nice little cutscenes. So let's quickly go back to the beginning, and we'll see if we can get a bit further than we did last time. Okay then, so this is Border Down. Now this was one of those Dreamcast shooters that came out a couple of years after the Dreamcast died. It was quite fashionable to, when Ikaruga came out after the Dreamcast, it was like, there was all this fanfare, yay, shoot 'em ups, Dreamcast is still living. And then it just kept on happening, and believe it or not, it's still happening. There was a game recently called Ducks that came out. I've not had a chance to play it yet, but it is on the way, thanks to the developers. So we'll be covering that very soon, both in the magazine and probably on one of these YouTube vids. Anyway, the whole thing with Border Down is that basically, every time you lose a life, you border down to the next difficulty. Now, it's a bloody hard game anyway, and it just gets even tougher. So basically, don't die. Whatever you do, do not die. So anyway, basically tapping away at the fire button will obviously bring out these lasers. And then if you want to, you can just hold the button down for a nice bit of concentrated fire. G-Rev, they've not made a huge amount of games, but they've really knew how to get the best out of the Dreamcast. If you think this looks nice, you really need to check out Under the Feet, which is an insanely good looking vertical shooter where you control a helicopter. The controls are a bit finicky on it, but the game itself is really good fun. But obviously we'll focus on Border Down here, and as you can see, it's sensational looking game. Really great soundtrack as well. If you've got the limited edition version, which I'm lucky to have, it actually comes with it, and it's definitely worth listening to. Now, one of the things with Border Down is that it tends to sell, the limited edition tends to sell for around 100 quid, which is a fair bit of cash, but if you love your shooters, it's definitely worth it. Now, what I did there was I had a bit of concentrated fire, and you can obviously really increase your multiplier by using that. It's all about knowing as and when to use it. I'm not that good at it, so you'll have to bear with me, but hopefully we'll be able to get to the end level boss in a minute. So here we are, we're just taking out everything at the moment. Here we go, boss now. Reminds me of one of the guys from Thunder Force 5, this particular guy. Again, it's a really tough game, but most shooters are obviously. It's a fair amount of bullet hell. It's not as bad as obviously Cave's games, which like throw up bullets like they're going out of fashion. But you know, you need to be fairly good at this genre to make some progress in it. So here we go now. Oh Christ! How on earth did I survive that? Oh, I didn't. Right, get the power-ups. And there he goes, he's down. So look at that, we're on the second level. And we're still on the yellow border, so the difficulty's not too bad. Interestingly, depending on what border you start on, you'll also get different layouts and you'll get different backgrounds. So it's well worth persevering with it if you can get to the higher levels. So we're now on level 2. And this level is insanely tough, but it's got some really funky music. Listen to this. Sort of sounds like a high-tech porno. Again, cabin levels and shooters, gotta have them, it's the law. The layout of this one actually reminds me of Axelay, which was a really nice SNES shooter by Konami. So the border's gone down and we're on the hardest stage now. And it really is tough, you know, if you're going to basically try and one credit this, you're really going to get your money's worth because it's going to take you an age. So anyway, we're at the end of the credit. We don't continue on RetroGamer, so we'll see you with the next bit very soon. Bye.